Let me get cozy. I'm a little under the weather.
Imagine there's an unknown virus in the air
and you're sucking in every single microscopic particle floating around.
I don't feel well. Okay. So this movie is based off a book called Mickey 7 from the author Edward Aston. Mickey is played by Robert Pattinson, who is a character who's down on his luck, who wants to avoid all of his problems on Earth and decides to sign up to be an expendable. As an expendable, he is used to test at atmospheres, to test bacteria, to see if there's a creature that will kill them on this planet. And then once he dies, they reprint him. During happenstance, Mickey 17, they accidentally reprint another one, which now it's Mickey 18. So since there's two of them, they need to hide because duplicates are illegal and they could die immediately. They will kill them on the spot. They will die. This movie focuses on Mickey 17 and Mickey 18. With Robert Pattinson's acting, I never have a problem with distinguishing between the two. Mickey 17 is nice, kind-hearted, just wants everyone to get along, where Mickey 18, he is a cold, bitter character who, if you him over, he will kill you. He constantly says in this movie, let's kill him. Anybody. Like, let's just kill them. Anyways, Bong Joon Ho brings up the topic of classism in this film, where you see the poor trying to deal with portioning their food and just trying to stay full, while the rich get to lay down on their luxurious bed and just dine in all the time. And then they take advantage of Mickey, basically, with just taking credit of all of his accomplishments. Oh my God. Mainly him dying and then them finding the cure or whatever they need to kind of go further in their expedition. And then, you know, Mark Ruffalo's character is like, I did it. I did it. You're welcome. Let's move on. And yeah, it's pretty ridiculous in that fact. This movie is a very funny, dark comedy. Like, let's make that very clear. Not everything's funny. At the beginning of the film, you sympathize for Mickey immediately, where it's right off rip. You see him on the ground, and he's just like trying to ask for help, and you have Steven Yeun just saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna leave. Like, I got your flamethrower. You're like, it's cool if I leave, right? You know, they're just gonna reprint you." Like, they got me in for this character in a second. You know, I didn't care about anything else. This story just hooked me in immediately there. I was like, what's up with this character? I want this guy. Like, should I hate Steven Yeun's character? I don't know. But like, overall, Mickey 17, I was there for him. And I was like, I hope to God this one doesn't die. That's how I felt immediately. Mark Ruffalo clearly took cues of a certain person in real life. If not, maybe he just, I believe there's been talks of him saying that he's taken ideals and like characteristics of other politicians in the past. But obviously, when you see this film, it reminds you of somebody. You think who, but it reminds you of somebody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't focus too much on that at all. It's just a character. Anyways, Bong Joon Ho brings up another topic for me when it comes to Mickey, where it's just looking at yourself. Where I believe if 17 did die, he would be this bitter person who's just tired of this bullshit, and he would become 18. 18 looks at 17 and he just says, I fucking hate what I'm looking at all the time to him. He really hates him and he resents him. But there's moments where he looks at 17 and he feels for him, probably thinking of like, I wish I was still that person. And then there's moments where, like, say 17 towards the end of the film, but I'll just say there's a moment where 17 says, what would 18 do? And in this situation, 17 decides to be 18. So where 17 is very nervous and scared, he takes that moment to take the courage that he sees in 18. So it's just character development there, and it feels so good. I like it a lot. That's such a great moment. I'm like, yes, yes. I'm just like that. I felt like that in the film. Anyways, now this movie is loosely based off the book. Said already that the author was just happy to see his Bong Joon Ho's take on this story. The craziest thing about this film, I was excited about this film last year. It was supposed to come out last year, but then Warner Brothers had another movie coming out, Godzilla and King Kong. With this, they didn't want two movies to go up against each other, so they decided to move it. They moved it to January 2025. Now, if you don't know what January is for movies, it's where movies go to die. A lot of studios just put those movies in there because they just don't have any, like, they don't think it's going to do well. So when people were watching this film, or like watching when this movie is going to come out, they were like, this is not good. This is a bad omen. This is not good at all. So again, the studio decided to move it to I thought March. I had no idea until I saw this YouTube channel, Frame Voyager, where he explains that they were going to move it to April, but the movie Sinners was filmed in IMAX cameras, so it had probably a bit more leeway to IMAX. So to avoid that, they moved it to March. It's such a weird thing that I don't know why they didn't move it to another weekend, but at this moment I can't think of what movies came out last year in the summer, because I think this would have been a great blockbuster in the summer. It's just something different, something fun, something original that we haven't seen before. It's not another superhero film that we see all the time. And yeah, Bong Joon Ho does a great job. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments below if you knew this type of like release schedule that they do, that they try to avoid themselves half the time and they try and avoid other theaters. Let me know if you saw this movie. Did you like this movie? And yeah, what's your take? Let me know. And as always,
good fight, good night.